I'm interviewing the leading candidates for governor about important issues facing Californians. I'm Sophia Bolag. I'm a state politics reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle. Here are a few excerpts from my conversations with the candidates. To read more from my interviews and to see our complete voter guide, go to sfchronicle.com.
Childcare is a big expense for families. It's for families that have kids, often even bigger than their mortgage. The cost of childcare today in California is more for a year than the cost of in-state tuition. And you don't get 18 years to save up for it. You get 9 months. We already provide a lot of childcare subsidies in California, and that's something that some people don't know. So we're already spending some. This is about plussing it up to cover everybody, to treat it as an investment in growing our economy. So the first thing I would emphasize is whether you have kids or you don't, whether you chose to stay home or your kids are long gone, every Californian benefits from a stronger economy. And so every Californian is going to benefit when people are able to go to work and stay at work. So this is probably going to be funded through a combination of things. One of the possibilities could be a small payroll tax that we all pay into equally, because again, it's about investing in the state. The way this would work is paired with Governor Newsom's California Promise, which makes 2 years of community college free. So what we'd be providing here is year 3 and year 4 for those who transfer to a UC, a CSU, or a Cal Poly. This would apply only to California residents. Our out-of-state folks and our international students need to pay full freight because they're not paying in with tax dollars to support the system. Because it's 2 years, the price is less. And we also obviously already give a lot of financial aid and subsidy to these folks. So the estimated price on that is about $3.5 billion to do that. This is real money back in the pocket. It's a reason for families with kids to stay here in California. And it also is something that we're not seeing other states do. So it marks California as what we used to be, a true leader in affordability and accessibility of public education. And then on the income tax piece, that is, I believe, about $8 billion. And what we take in right now from families earning less than $100,000, which you could, my proposal to pay for both of these is the same proposal. Right now, we have a flat corporate tax. I didn't actually know this, and I think of myself as a little bit of a tax nerd. We have progressive income taxes. So I assumed, like, when we get a bonus or we make a little more, we pay a higher rate. I just assumed that was how it worked for corporations. And most Californians, when I tell them this, are shocked that a corporation that makes $1 in profit pays the same 8.84% as a corporation that makes $500 million in profit. I drive a minivan with a California license plate, and it spells out oversight, O-V-R-S-I-T-E. I was really excited in a state with this many millions of people that it was available. But that, I think, is an area where there's real opportunity for the governor and the legislature to do some improving. In Congress does a lot of things badly, and we do some things well. One of the things I think we do pretty well is we take the GAO's reports very seriously. If Congress, regardless of what committee I was on, if we asked the federal government to give us an answer, to give us data, to come testify, they showed up with answers. That's not always the case in the California legislature. So that's an area where I want to make sure every agency in California understands that the relationship with the legislature isn't adversarial, it's cooperative. We should be showing them what's going well, what's not going well, where we're spending the money, what's working. I mean, I am really proud of the work that my staff and I did. Every whiteboard moment that anybody has ever seen wasn't because of me. It was because of my staff, the staff preparation, the role playing, the ideas, the research. We did all of that together. I don't think anybody should be judged by 1 minute, especially a minute that they apologized for, not just after the fact, but in the moment. I'm deeply proud that that staffer and I continued to work together for 4 years after that incident. She texted me last night. She watched the debate. She said, if I were a California voter, I'd vote for you. That meant the world to me. So I think nobody should make any mistake. I can be tough. I can push. And I think this is a moment when we're dealing with Donald Trump, we're dealing with really big problems. We need to be unafraid to push. Californians do deserve more from their government, but you're only going to get there if you respect and honor the people that work with you. And I'm proud of the teams that I have built and the accomplishments that we've had together.